Hey everybody, welcome to Sean's page. Sean here. Today I would like to take the time to tell you about the Invicta ProDiver 9094OB. The OB stands for the original bezel. Before I begin, please let me just ask you to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Let it focus. Focus. This is what a thumb looks like. Bam. Now, let's talk about this little watch. This is a cool Rolex Homage. I'm not a fan of the Homage watches. At a distance it looks like, hey, that guy's got a sweet looking Rolex. And then you get close and it's a $74 Invicta with a automatic movement made by Seiko. Let's talk about it. This is the Seiko NH35a date complication, 24 jewel movement, 21,600 beat per hour Seiko movement. It's hand winding and hacking, which means when you pull out the crown, the second hand will stop. It's got the dia shock system, and the movement itself is 5.3 inches tall. I think with the hands it's about 5.3 millimeters tall. I think with the hands it's 7 millimeters tall. It has a unidirectional rotating bezel. Listen to this, 120 clicks. It sounds so nice. There's not much for play. All the way around. It's a great bezel. It's got the display back. See the little winding rotor. Kind of decorated. It's painted. It tells you it's the NH35a, the Invicta on there. My camera, of course, wants to focus. There you go, on the strap. You can see it beating away right down there. See that go? Whoa, lovely. You can get an automatic movement for under 75 bucks is what I paid for this. Mineral crystal, fancy way of saying glass, 14 millimeters thick, 40 millimeter case, 200 meter water resistance. Now, I've said this in the past, and if you haven't seen the videos, water resistance means they can write that if a watch off of the line, I don't know if it's off of 1,000 watches or every production run or shift, is tested for water resistance and passes. If it says, the hands might be in the way, on this Seiko Sumo, divers 200 meters, this exact watch was tested for water resistance. Not one out of the batch, the exact Seiko. Let's talk about this watch. It's got a very nice crown, very nice winding. Next pull, date. Next pull, second hand is stopped, adjusting the time. And it will, I can get this to catch and screw down very easily. It's a very smooth threads. I like the watch. Problem with the watch is it looks like a Rolex. It's a Rolex Homage. Let's do a Lume test. Give it a little charge. One of the studio lights. Turn that off. Everyone likes a Lume test. Lume time. Now, that's not going to last. It will last through a movie. It may not last until the morning. And it will barely last through a movie. It's not very good Lume, but it's there. It has the Invicta logo on the side. I like this. I've mentioned before, the Hamilton Aqua Riva did it. It looks cool. It's got a signed crown. It's a classy watch. It looks good on the wrist. Look at the rather small wrist, but it does wear nicely, and it's my beater. I got an automatic beater. Cost me, I think, 73 and change. And it's, you really can't go wrong. This is my second one. I had one of these with the Swiss movement, the ETA 2024-2, and the dial was filthy and it drove me crazy for years. It was way over its warranty, so I unscrewed the back, pulled out the stem. There's a little button in there you push to pull the stem out. Took the movement out, cleaned it up. It looked beautiful, and as I was putting it back into the case, I dropped it, and it hit the deck and was done. It was spent. Let's see. It's this little feller. Look at that thing. Look at that movement. And this thing had been around at least 10 years, wearing it and enjoying this watch. I took the bracelet off of this one to put onto this, but the bracelet here has drilled lugs and no way to take out the bracelet. In other words, how you take out the bracelet from this watch is you can put your paper clip in there, push the springs, pull out this. So now, if I were to stick this onto this watch, it's the same size. There would be no way to remove it because there is no place in here to pull back the spring bar like there is right there. So maybe I can take a Dremel tool and cut a groove in here and modify this. We'll try that in the future. That was a lot of nonsense, but here you go. This is the ProDiver from Invicta. It's a great watch, great company, real company. When you're thinking about a watch and buying from a company like a micro brand like Deep Blue, you're not going to get a warranty. These are a couple of years. You're going to get a Seiko movement. You'll pay $400 or $500 for a watch with the same movement, water resistant, which actually isn't proven per watch. Just go with one of these. You can buy 4 or 5 of these for the price of some of those micro brands. If those micro brands have a movement, a Seiko movement, I would honestly, I don't know if I'd spend over $150 on one, maybe 170. And if they have a Swiss movement, you can probably throw another $100 in there. Otherwise, just buy this. It's a nice watch that if you're okay with an Homage Rolex, that's fine. I prefer a Seiko, which is its own thing. But thank you for watching. I hope you've learned something, and go ahead and tell your friends about this video. Give a thumbs up and a like. Bye-bye.